So we talked about how to use Grammarly and how to check your mistakes on Grammarly. And now we want to talk about how to use Ludwig and Copyscape and Arif and Ubersuggest. So now let's start with Ludwig. So Ludwig, as I told you in the previous lecture, is about how people are using the same sentences that you are going to use in your article, right? So for example, let's say I type nice meeting you, sir, right? So I search it on the Google and let's see what happens. So here it tells me that how other people are using the same sentence, that how other people have used the same sentence in their whatever the work they were publishing. For example, here it says that someone on the Guardian, he wrote, good day, greatest meeting you, sir, we sat. That's something from a book, so it must be contextualized in the meaning of the book. So in this in another post here, it says in the TechCrunch, let's say, Sir Richard, nice to meet you again. So what it actually tells me that how other people have used the same sentence. For example, if I want to write nice meeting you, sir or ma'am, so I can write it better. So maybe I can take this line from this website, and here it says, sir, it has been an honor meeting you. So instead of writing nice meeting you, I can choose to write it has been an honor meeting you, right? So that actually adds more respect in the sentence. Obviously there is no grammatical mistakes in the previous sentence, but when you're talking about meeting someone, you add more respect, you add more emotions in it, you add more feelings in it. So instead of going very boring, writing something that is very boring, you can opt to write something that is way better, way more efficient, or way more interesting and way more contextual, right? So that's what this software for you. So you can add an extension of the Chrome website, and I would highly advise you guys to add the extensions of these softwares. So, and these extensions are free to use, so you can use them whenever and wherever you want while writing your context. It will help you. So yeah, so as you can see here that the heading is being added. I've just pointed here, right? Now, so that's what Ludwig was all about. Now I'm going to move to Copyscape. So I'm just going to give you a brief look of how the Copyscape works, because I don't use this software a lot, because I use if I have to check the plagiarism, I would go for Grammarly, not Copyscape. So but you guys can do it, and it is reliable, it's great. And let's yeah, so all you have to do is to just put your contacts here, your work here, or you can add a link of your work here, and it'll show you your plagiarism. So I'm not going to use it because I don't really want to use it. I use Grammarly, and I'm also telling you guys that if you have Grammarly Premium, then you don't even need Copyscape. So that's how it works. You just need to put your link here, put your work here, it'll show you the plagiarism. That's how it works. Simple, easy, and smooth. There's no problem about it. But again, you have to use Grammarly because that serves the same purpose, right? So we talked about Ludwig, we talked about Copyscape. Now we have to talk about Ubersuggest. Right. So that's a great software, and a must-have software for anyone for anyone who is doing content writing. So here it show you a lot of things. It's a great website. So let me type something here, how to monetize my YouTube channel. put it here, and let's see what it shows us. Right. Now I'm gonna use it for free. I'm not gonna pay for it. I don't need to. So this is a very interesting information for you guys. So let me just complete the captcha. Bicycles, 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 bicycles. Fine. I'm done with the recaptcha. Okay. So it's analyzing it. So here it shows that that's a random topic, a topic that I've selected to write some article in it, maybe 1500, 200, never mind. So it shows here that that's the CPC, which is cost per click. That's actually up for the advertisement purposes. That's the SEO difficulty, right? So estimated competition in organic search. The higher the number, the more the competitive. So here it shows that the term which the topic which I've written here, it has 77 SEO score, right? So that's how. So it means that it is quite competitive, a keyword. More people are searching about it. More people want to get their channel monetized, etc., etc. And that's the search volume, right? So search volume means that the number of searches this particular keyword has during a month. During a month, 480 people search this thing on the internet, right? And that's a graph of it, the search volume, that how it increased. A very informative information, but as you can see, it is paid. So we're not gonna we are fine with the search volume. If we know the search volume, we don't need to really go for it. But if you really want an insight of it, sometime what happens on the internet, on the freelancing sites, is that your client, if your client is paying you highly, then it is definitely gonna ask you to go for the keyword ideas, to go for the search volume, and what's the search volume for a month, SEO difficulty, paid difficulty, etc. If your client is paying you a handsome amount, then he's certainly gonna ask you to do all the work. It's certainly gonna ask you that, do you have the these extensions, do you have these paid softwares such as Ubersuggest, Grammarly Premium? So if you want to grab an opportunity which is highly paid, so you have to certainly go for Ubersuggest as well. So if you're starting it from scratch, let me show you a quick way to do to take advantage of this software. So I'm gonna just go to my Chrome extensions, yeah, and I'm gonna put yeah, let me just type Ubersuggest here. Right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's not showing here, but yeah, we can do it from here. All right. So yeah. So I've added it in my Chrome extension, and now it is in my Chrome extensions. So yeah. So now it is here, and what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna type something. I'm gonna type the same, how to monetize a YouTube channel, right? So I put it here, and hold on a second, it is loading, still loading. And it's okay. So this is how it works. So let me just change the country for you guys. Can we do that? Can we do that? Yes, we can. So that's basically what, okay, anyways, that's not the point here. So the point here is that it show you the search volume of that keyword. So here it says that this YouTube channel, which must be somewhere here, this YouTube channel, that has, most of the people are using this website for finding this topic or finding the information on how to monetize a YouTube channel. So most of the people must be going here on YouTube monetization policies, right? So that means What it means is that he is your top competitor. He's your top competitor. So this is the process of finding your top competitor on the market, right? So I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna open it here, I'm gonna check his content. I'm gonna check what are the things in his content, and that's my top competitor, and this is the competitor I'm gonna target for my uh, article, right? So I have to make content that should be better than this article monetization policy. I have to reinvent it, think about it, put more words in it. For example, if this article is, let's say, 1200 words, I have to go for 2000 words, right? So this is how you can beat your competitor, right? So that is another important thing which you can use, and this information is free. You don't need to do anything extra. All you have to do is to just add a Chrome extension, right? So now I'm gonna show you another free software, which is Keyword Research. All right, so that's just okay. So here it shows that there is a lot of information. So yeah, that's Arif. So all these websites are for Arif. All right, so that's why it's showing a great metric, this traffic, because all these websites belong to the same domain, which is Arif. So I can click one of them. I just want to show you. I'm not going to use it for myself. So yeah, so that website is great. It will give you keyword research, SEO, a lot of tools, the same job that Ubersuggest was used. So the thing is that when Ubersuggest was started, it was started as a free software, but now it is getting more paid, and now it is asking you to pay more money to check more details. For example, searchers age range. So in the start, this age range was free of cost. I was able to get the information free of cost, but now, as you can see, it is paid. So if you're targeting a specific audience, which is between, let's say 18 to 30, and they want to create a YouTube channel, you can obviously make content regarding it. But that's very it's important, but not that important, because you might be using it in like 1 out of 100 articles. So but still, it's very informative. It gives you an insight, and insight is very important. 192 click on SEO, again very important. So that's a graph that tells you that when people search about it. So the same information in a better context or in a better way is given in the Arif. So you can use Arif, you can use Ubersuggest. It is entirely up to you, whichever channel you want to use it. I would suggest you to go for Arif if your client is paying you highly, or if you are really fortunate, if you have a great luck, then your client may give you this software for free of cost, right? So that can also happen. But if you're running on a short budget, then you certainly need to use Ubersuggest. That's the one software that you have to use. You don't need to go for any extra software, right? So that was Arif, and that was Ubersuggest. We talked about Ludwig, and now we talked about Copyscape as well. So now we're going to talk about, let me just see, everything going fine. Yeah, everything's great. So, and now I'm going to talk about Headline Analyzer. Yep. Score schedule. Is it the same software that I'm using? Let's see. Yeah, we are here. So I'm gonna give you a brief look of that software during our heading writing lecture as well. But here okay. So let me type a headline. Let's see, how to monetize a YouTube channel. it asks me to finish creating your course. Can I do that? Should I do that? All right. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pause the recording and put my details. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So here I am, and that is a great all right site which tells me about a number of things. So it tells me that I just don't want to do that. Okay, so it tells me my SEO score, which is very important for the search engine optimization. It tells me, it gives me a lot of suggestions. It tells me word balance, how to monetize word. It tells me the grammar, the structure, and also it tells me where my word, what's my word count, what's my character count, how to how to headline. Your headline draws in reader by creating a sense of control and promise of information. So it's great. Just look at the information. It tells me that what is the purpose of how to, right? How to means that you are actually guaranteeing the information. You wrote a how to headline. Your headline rose in reason by creating sense of control and a promise of information about how to do something, guaranteeing information. That's why how to or why to or the headlines which talks about information, or which guarantees information, or which asks question, a sense of question. So that type of headings are great, and it's a tip for you guys. You have to use it. If you're really finding it difficult that what kind of headline you should use, then you certainly have to go. Then you just need to go for the question marking headline, because these are really good, because it builds curiosity. Right? This is the reading level, right? Neutral. Your headline conveys a neutral sentiment. Add more emotionally positive or negative words to help it stand out and drive more engagement, right? So it tells me that my heading doesn't have any sort of emotion. I can add emotions based on my context, and here it says skimmability. It tells me that what is the topic, how can I find the topic. Your keyword or topic is found in the first or last three words of your headline, making it easy for readers to skim and understand at a glance. So here it tells me that my heading is at the last stage, which is YouTube channel. So here it my heading, and the rest how to monetize it is actually and it was done to complete the heading. So that's nice work. Your headline message is clear, and that's clarity score for me. Obviously clarity is very important, right? So that's a great software for you guys. You must use headline score, because headlines are the most important things, right? And here it tells me some suggestions. Increase your emotional words, increase your uncommon word, decrease your common words, increase your word count by at least 3 words, increase your character by at least 8 characters, add more emotionally positive or negative. So it is giving me suggestions, which is great. So these suggestions are very good, but let me tell you, the suggestions are always based on how you are going to use it. Some people just like to ask questions and give the answers to question, while some people like to add more emotions in it. Emotions are great. Emotions create a connectivity with the reader. That is also great. So if someone love America, right, and he's going through his search and he finds something that talks about why America is a superpower, he's certainly gonna be more interesting in these type of heading if he loves America, if he is patriotic, right? And similarly, if someone, let's say, hate a country, or I don't want to say any word about a country, but if someone dislike a certain thing, and if that certain thing or that type of thing comes on the page of a reader, then the reader is certainly gonna like it or unlike it. So that's how it builds creativity. So that's why the suggestions are good, but it has to be based on how you are going to use it for your for your article, right? So you can use this edition, you can make modifications, or sometimes you don't need to make modifications because you know what kind of audience comes on your site. So you have to plan things accordingly. But headline analyzer is a must use tool for you. So Grammarly, headline analyzer, and Ubersuggest extension, I think these three software, if you use them perfectly, then you may not need to do anything extra, right? You can use these, you can build a command on these three softwares, and then you can do great using these three softwares. So that's basically was a brief, or not a brief, I mean I talked about it, about everything in it, and yeah, that's what it is. So let me just go on the Medium and medium.com, and yeah, let me just take one of the headings and check the score. Let's just check the score. Okay. It's not loading. Come on. All right. So let me just check one of the, let me just, oh come on, man. Click. Right. So let me just copy this heading and put it in headline analyzer, and let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. So put it here, copy, analyze. It's analyzing, and we're taking a bit of, now there's no break in that. So again, the heading that I've chosen, it was way better than the heading that they have chosen in terms of the overall score, but it has a great SEO score. It means that it's certainly going to pop up on the internet. So let's just put this site, this keyword, this headline on the internet, and the same information is here. You can check the information. Word balance is good, everything is good. If the SEO score is good, so, and readability score is also great, which I couldn't really manage to do that. But I didn't prepare any heading, so I just went with it. So let's just put this heading on the internet, and you can see that it was on the very first site was giving the same information, which is on the Medium. So that article is ranked perfectly on the internet, and that's why headings are important. Heading is so it's on, if it's on the first page or in the first 2-3 website, then it is certainly visible to a lot of readers, and people are going to read it a lot. So that's what your aim should be, that your heading should definitely be on the first page, right? So that's your goal here, and that's what you are supposed to do while writing your headings. And that was a brief introduction, not a brief introduction, but a look on all the tools that you certainly need to use while writing your content, right? So check them with me. You have checked them with me, and now you can check them whenever you want, or you can pay for them and just start using them. So that's that for this lecture, and I'll be meeting you in the next lecture, and we're going to talk about something more. So stick around.